Right now, we're switching gears to our next big trial here at Court TV. It's the kitchen knife murder trial. Danielle Redlick is accused of murdering her husband, Michael Redlick, after he was found stabbed to death in their Florida home. Jury selection began on Monday. Opening statements are expected this afternoon, but you know how these things go. We're not sure. What should we do? Well, let's go get a live update from Court TV legal correspondent Julia Janae. She's in Orlando and can catch us up on not only the case, but first off, where are we in terms of jury selection, Julia?
Good morning, Ted. Those jurors are inside of the Orange County Courthouse here in downtown Orlando. Inside, there's a lot going on. They're being asked those individual questions now. It's about 44 of them in the pool, specifically about whether or not they've been the victim of a crime in the past. About half of them raised their hands for that. And they're still being asked what they know about the case and if they know any of the parties. One woman said that her daughter did know this family. Here's a look back at this case where an incident happened back in January of 2019.
I believe my husband is deceased. He's stiff and I just wondered he might have had a heart attack.
Michael Redlick, an executive for the University of Central Florida Sports Business Department and a former NBA executive for the Memphis Grizzlies, was found dead in his Winter Park home.
Okay. Did you just find him?
No, actually, it happened last night.
Redlick's wife, Danielle, called police to report his death, but not until 11 hours after he was fatally wounded after an argument. She initially claimed that her husband had a heart attack and then changed her story when questioned by a 911 operator.
He was not okay last night. We had altercation and he stabbed himself, and I ran into the bathroom, and then when I came out, I was trying to help him.
When officers arrived on the scene, they found a disheveled Danielle Redlick outside her home. Police photos show Redlick with wounds to her wrist and blood on her neck and feet. She was taken to an Orlando area hospital. Inside the home, police discovered evidence of what appeared to be a violent crime, including a pile of bloody towels, bloody footprints, and a 5-gallon bucket filled with pink water. Police suggested it looked as if someone had been cleaning up. A serrated knife was found on the floor near the entry of the kitchen, and 2 additional knives in the sink, all of them with traces of blood on them. Investigators interviewed Danielle Redlick at the hospital. She told them the fight between her and her husband started over a text from another man the night before a stabbing.
Thursday, my husband was very belligerent and distraught. He found out, he found a text from another man to me, and we had some issues in the last year. He basically cheated on me, and it was a big, long, drawn-out thing, and we finally came around to living together again and possibly trying to work it through, but I think that really wasn't happening.
According to the police report, the couple had a complicated relationship. Redlick, 20 years older than Danielle, was first married to her mother, and after she died from cancer, Redlick began dating and eventually married his stepdaughter. But their 17-year relationship, according to investigators, was rocky, marred by alleged infidelity and arguments over dating apps. A family friend said that Michael Redlick even joked about the potential for violence.
How are things at home, or how is your wife? And he would say, as long as I can lock the knives up, I'm okay.
The couple's 2 children, 11 and 15 years old, were not at home at the time of the alleged stabbing. Police say they told investigators that it was their mother who was volatile and argumentative. One of those fights in a separate incident prompted a call to 911 by their father.
Yes, there's a woman that's a danger to herself and to others right now.
A gentleman that's a danger to
I'm sorry. Pardon me? Pardon me? Will you stop? Oh, all right. I will call you back. I will call you back in 5 minutes.
Investigators say that Michael was stabbed multiple times in the torso and concluded those injuries could not have been self-inflicted. Danielle Redlick was arrested and charged with her husband's murder and also with trying to conceal evidence. She has pleaded not guilty and maintains her innocence. If convicted, she faces up to life in prison. Danielle Redlick inside of that courtroom with those potential jurors as this jury selection continues, facing that tampering with evidence and second-degree murder charge. Ted, she turned down a plea offer in this case for manslaughter. That's what brings us here today.
Oof. Well, she must have a story to tell. I guess we're going to find out during the openings of where this is going. But boy, there's been a lot of different stories that she's told. What do we think? Where is she going to go?
Well, Ted, one of the major things that we are learning from filings that have just come out from the defense is that they are planning to argue self-defense inside of that courtroom in front of the jury. Initially heard on the 911 calls how this was told to the 911 operator, and then we know Danielle Redlick spoke with Child Services. They interviewed her very early on after this happened, and she told them a similar story, that my husband stabbed himself with the knife. I didn't know what to do. I slipped my own wrist because I didn't think anyone would believe me. I didn't call police because I was on probation, and then she eventually did call. But her attorneys say that this is a self-defense case, so we'll likely be hearing from her attorneys, but also from Danielle Redlick herself on the stand, and she would have to explain why she changed her story from what happened initially. Let's take a listen again to the beginning of that 911 call.
I believe my husband is deceased. He's stiff and he's wounded. He might have had a heart attack. I don't know.
Did you just find him?
No, actually, it happened last night.
Now, prosecutors say that change in story showed that she had a consciousness of guilt. They have also asked the court and gotten clearance from the court to be able to argue and use in jury instructions that the fact that she harmed herself can be used by this jury and considered by them to show that she had a consciousness of guilt, Ted.
The storyline that we're likely going to hear is that if it's self-defense, then you need to build up that he was aggressive, he had a history, and apparently there's some text messages we might be seeing at trial.
There are some. This is something that's being argued over between the defense and the prosecution as late as yesterday, may be ruled on by the judge unless this has happened outside of us being inside of that courtroom and hearing it. But there are text messages between Danielle Redlick and her children. You heard in our piece earlier that her children were part of who investigators used in finding probable cause in this case. They said that her children said that she often initiated the fights and she showed the aggression in the relationship. But these text messages, they show a different story. So let's take a look at just a portion of some of those that the defense wants to read in front of the jury. This is Danielle texting to her 15-year-old child the day before the incident happened. And she's telling him about the relationship with their father, saying, I know you hate this us. I'm so sorry. It's been so terrible, ugly. I can't live with myself, but I believe the worst is here, and I know it can get better. If not with him as a family, if not with him as a family who's been torn to shreds and back. And then later in those text messages, this is happening seemingly at night, she tells her child that she has to get out of the house, that her husband is being violent. Child says, I love you so much, Mom. Are you okay? And Danielle references that he's heavy on liquor. The child says, I flushed a lot of that liquor down the toilet, but don't be mad at me. He doesn't know. There's only a little bit left now. Danielle says, she's having flashbacks, unfortunately, and she's not mad that the child did that. That was smart. Ted, this gives us a completely different picture than the prosecution has shown of this woman who they say was the one who was always the aggressor, that even the marks on Michael Redlick's body showed that they had been in a fight before the stabbing. But these text messages go on where you hear her children concerned about her safety seemingly while she is in the house, and she even leaves, excuses herself, waiting for her husband to go to sleep.
All right, Julia Janae live for us in Orlando, Florida. And again, to recap, we're expecting jury selection to conclude over the next few hours. As soon as that finishes, the plan, at least right now, is for opening statements to begin. We'll bring those to you live. Still ahead, the jail calls made by the defendant that the defense does not want the jury to hear in this trial. We'll talk about that next.